I'm trying to go as slow as possible, so this video is going to be quite long. So if you're a beginner, you're understanding the basics of what I'm explaining. So after this, we are going to go into the main part of the logic. These are all checks to make sure our code doesn't break. So now we'll go to the main part of the logic, which is the while loop. So this is how you write a basic while loop in Bash. That's a while loop to read a file. This while loop is going to read the target file, then it's going to do something for us. After reading the file, let me explain what this IFS means. Like, this is the gold standard way to read a file line by line in Bash. IFS like it prevents any leading or trailing white spaces from being trimmed. You understand? While the while loop reads the password list that we are using to crack the zip file. While the dash arrow here, it prevents backslashes from being treated as escape characters. Because if you want to, maybe you want to, I will explain escape characters in a more detailed video in the full bash scripting course. So watch out for that. While this pass represents the password, that's the like password list that we want to inject into this place. So inside the while loop, you are going to say unzip like we did before in the terminal. Then we are going to use this pass here that we placed here. I'm going to say $ pass dash T. This pass is obviously the password. This dash P flag is obviously the password. Why this dash T is called the test flag in this unzip tool. This test flag, this test flag, instead of extracting files and cluttering your folder, it just checks if the password works without creating any other background processes like trying to actually extract the file. So what we are going to do, we are going to crack the password, then use that password to go and extract the file separately. But if you didn't put this dash T flag, it will actively try to extract the file with the password that we injected into the command. So next thing we are going to do, we are going to enter the target, which is that target that we used before. This is the target file. We are going to enter it like this because we already created the variable. So after doing this, we are going to send everything. We are going to send everything, all the success message of error messages. We are going to send it to a black hole. It keeps the screen from being flooded with messages. Otherwise, while we are cracking it, different messages will be appearing on the terminal. So just pay attention to this. So we are going to send it to /dev/null, then 2, and I might type in, and 1. So this statement here, it sends all the response that we get by trying to crack this zip file. It sends all the response into here. So the only thing we want is if the password is found, show us echo that the password has been found, but don't show us anything else. So after this, we'll use an if statement to actually, you know, check that the password worked. So let's use an if statement inside that for loop. So it's going to say if the previous command we made exited with a status 0, we talked about a status 1 before. So this checks if the last command that was run exited with a status 0. If it did, then it means the password is correct. This dash EQ flag, sorry, we need to put space here. This dash EQ flag is like an equality operator. As it check like for numerics, for numbers, it checks if this is equal to this. If um 0 is equal to 0, if the last command that we ran is equal to 0, that's this 0 is equal to this 0. If it's not 0, that's here is 1. 1 is obviously not equal to 0, so it means the if statement will not work. So if it's equal to 0, then it should do something. So if it's equal to 0, we are going to echo dash E. We are going to echo it out back into the terminal. You understand? So to do that, we'll type in. So we are going to echo password found. I'm going to echo password found. Say password found. Then we inject the password that it found to be correct. You understand? So if the password was found, the password that made the command to provide or to exit with a status 0 is obviously the correct password. If others will exit with another status code, like the common exit code of 1. If it exited with 1, it means it's a failure. So it's not going to, that's obviously not our password. So if it exited with, you know, a status 0 and this password is correct, next we are going to say exit 0. So this tells us that we found the password. So break the loop. So this is the command that breaks the loop. Otherwise, the loop is going to run forever or until we exhaust our password list that we are going to inject here. So we close this if, um, block of code with an FI. After doing that, we are going to say done. Done. That ends the while loop. So now we are going to inject the first command. You understand? This, you can see that we placed pass here instead of placing this sign inside there. So we have to do it at the end. I don't know if you understand. We have to place this first parameter at the end. That's how it works in the bash while loop. You place it at the end. So it like tells the while loop to use the um the file. This is the file. To use this file in here. So it will read from this file. Then each word it reads from the file will be passed into this place. This is the target. So it tries the first password, tries the second one until it gets the password that exits with a status code of 0, which is 0. And if it is found, it exits, which is the while loop exits, what am I saying? The while loop exits with a status code of 0 also. You force it to exist with a status code of 0. When it exits, it breaks the loop. So it means that we are done and we found the password. So the program ends. So that's basically what it means. So let's do that. Then when we found the password, we are going to put in one last. If we did not find any password, we are going to say echo dash. Okay, we don't actually need this E here. This is if we were going to use an escape character. So we don't want to do that. We are just going to say password list exhausted, no match found. You understand? No match was found. So if it echoes with status 0 here, obviously this code is not going to run because it has exited. But if it does not, this loop is going to run through the password list. And when the password list ends, the while loop is also end, then it will echo password list exhausted. So let's review our code and make sure we didn't make any error. So we can use a comment here. So we say while loop to read the file line by line. So under comment here, check the exit status of the unzip command. So with this, we are going to save it. We are going to test this out. So remember the secure zip file that we created. So now to use this our zip cracker command, we are going to use chmod plus x, then zip cracker dot sh. That will make the file runnable. Otherwise, we'll not be able to run it. It will say permission denied. So we are going to clear the terminal. And now to run the zip cracker. So you can see it has turned blue, which means the file cannot be run by us. So first parameter we are going to put is the password list we want to use. Remember to crack it. Let's say we put only the password list and we not put the the actual file that we want to crack. As you can see, it brings up that error that we initially typed in, that the usage is this. So if we also do the same thing for maybe the file doesn't actually exist, let's say password 2, then let's put secure dot zip. It will show another error that password list password 23.txt does not found. That means it does not exist. So now let's use the actual command. I know you're anxious to see us use the test this tool to see if it can actually crack the password. So delete this 23 here. This is our password list. This is our file that we want to crack. It's going to take a very short time, a few seconds, maybe a second. Okay, syntax error, unexpected. Let's check. this happens, we can make errors. So it says line 33. So let's check the error that we made. Line 33 says unexpected FI. Mm, not supposed to be saying that. Oh, I can see the error we made. We didn't put that's normal. Errors can be made. We didn't put then in this if block of statements. So if this, then do this. So that's what we are supposed to do. Now let's save and run it again. Let's clear the terminal. So it's running right now. As you can see, password found, and the password is 123. So now we can just use the normal unzip to crack it. Should we replace it? Let's say rename new secure.txt. Let's open it with mousepad. As you can see, that's the file. We cracked it. So we are going to put in on that check so that the user knows that the password tool is actually working, and he has not run into an error. So we are going to put one more check into it. So we are going to say, after you've entered everything, we say above the while loop, we are going to echo cracking zip file. So this tells the user that, okay, the while loop has been activated and it's working. Let's save and we can try it again. Clear zip cracker. As you can see, this tells us that the while loop is working. It will show us the password so fast. The reason is that's fast is because the password list is not that large. So for all this to work, your password has to exist in the password list. So you have to have a list of possible password that you want to try. Maybe you forgot your password, you zipped a zip file with a password and you forgot the password, but you know the possible combinations of what it could be. So instead of writing in the password one after the other, you can just use this tool. There's also a way that you can install this zip cracker or any other tool in your Kali Linux, and you'll be able to call it from anywhere. You can just say zip cracker instead of .sh. You can call it from anywhere. That would be another video. So what else? All right, I was showing you the password file. You can see that the password is just 270 password long. So that's why it was so fast. If you were to use the rock you password list, to take a very long time to actually crack it. Not that long, but longer than this. So let's clear it. So that's it, guys. That's how you create a zip cracker using bash script. I know the video was a little bit confusing if you are a first time, programmer or user in bash script. For those that are coming from Python, I'm sure you understand how it all works. So in my next couple of videos, I'm going to be explaining, bash scripts from beginning to end, beginner friendly. Those videos are going to be 10 minutes long each for each topic under bash scripting. So if you are interested, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, like, share this video with your friends. Thank you. This is Cyber Vendetta. Have a great day.